Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Podcast Island. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tom. Sarah, I have a question for you before we start.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think one small decision can change your entire life?
Like one single decision?
One. Small. One.
I think yes. Actually, yes.
Me too. And that is today's topic.
Today, we're asking a big question. Can one small choice really change your life?
Not a big dramatic change. Not, I'm quitting my job and moving to another country. Small.
Like waking up 10 minutes earlier, or choosing to read instead of scroll, or saying yes to one conversation you almost avoided.
We're talking about the kind of choice that doesn't feel important in the moment, but it is.
It really is. And we're going to explain why, with stories, with ideas, with honest moments from our own lives.
And some vocabulary practice for our listeners. As always, no textbook, real conversation.
If you're new here, welcome. This podcast is made for English learners who want to improve while listening to something actually interesting.
Not boring. That is our one rule.
That's the rule. Okay, Tom, let's start with you. Tell me, has a small decision ever changed something big for you?
Yes, and it's almost embarrassing how small it was.
Tell me.
I decided to listen to an English podcast while I walked to work every morning, instead of music.
That's it?
That's it. For 30 days. And at the end of 30 days, my English was noticeably better. I was thinking in English. I was dreaming in English, which is a strange thing.
Dreaming in a new language is a wild experience.
It is. And it started with one small choice on one ordinary morning.
One morning you said podcast instead of music.
And everything changed. Slowly, but everything changed.
Okay, I have one too. My story, and we'll get to it. But first, let's talk about why this is so hard. Because if small choices are so powerful, why don't more people make them?
Why don't people make small changes? Great question. My honest answer? Because small doesn't feel exciting.
Exactly.
When you imagine changing your life, what do you picture?
Something dramatic, a big moment, a sudden decision, like in a movie.
Yes, the hero stands up, makes a speech, everything changes.
But real life is not a movie.
Real life is much quieter, much slower.
And much more boring in the moment.
Yes, the most important things you'll ever do are boring when you're doing them.
Brushing your teeth every night, boring. Writing for 10 minutes every morning, boring. Going for a short walk instead of sitting, boring.
But those things, over months, over years, those things make you.
They build you.
The problem is our brains want the big moment, the dramatic change. And when the small thing doesn't feel powerful enough,
We stop.
we stop and we wait for the big moment that never comes.
Can I tell you something honest?
Always.
I used to wait for the right time to really work on my English. The right course, the right teacher, the right moment when I would have more time and energy.
And
I waited for almost 2 years. 2 years of waiting for the perfect moment that was never going to come.
because the perfect moment doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. The moment is always now, and the action is always small.
So what finally happened?
I made one change. I turned off my TV subtitles. That's it. I watched everything in English with no help, and it was uncomfortable and confusing for weeks.
But you stayed with it.
I stayed with it, and then slowly, I started to understand. Not perfectly, but genuinely.
One choice, no subtitles.
No subtitles. And everything that came after started with that.
So the lesson so far, small doesn't mean weak. Small means possible. You can do a small thing today. You can't always do a big thing today.
You can always do one small thing. Okay, I want to talk about something Tom brought up that I think is really important. The idea that small things add up.
Yes, the compounding effect.
Let's explain this properly for our listeners. Tom, if you improve by just 1% every day, just 1% better, what happens after a year?
You're 37 times better
37 times better.
than where you started.
1% every day. Not 50%, not 10%. 1.
It sounds impossible, but it's mathematics. Small improvements applied consistently become enormous changes.
And the reverse is also true. If you get 1% worse every day, skip exercise, skip study, skip sleep,
At the end of the year, you're not just a little worse, you're much, much worse.
so every small choice is going somewhere, either up or down.
There's no staying still.
That's the part people don't see. When you skip your walk today, you don't just miss one walk. You've sent a tiny signal.
A signal to yourself.
This is not important to me. And you send that signal enough times, and your brain believes it.
But the opposite is also true. You do the small thing today even when you don't want to, and you send a different signal.
I am someone who does this.
I am someone who exercises. I am someone who practices English. I am someone who keeps promises to myself.
And this is actually the secret, not the action, the identity.
The person you're becoming.
When you start to see yourself as someone who reads every night, even if it's only 5 minutes, you read every night because that's who you are.
Identity before action.
Not I want to be a reader, but I am a reader. A beginning one, but a reader.
I started doing this with English. Not I want to speak better English, but I am an English speaker who is always improving.
How did it change things?
Completely. When I thought of myself as a learner, I studied when I felt ready. When I thought of myself as an English speaker, I spoke even when I wasn't ready.
Because speakers speak, even badly.
Even badly.
Let's talk about something a little uncomfortable. Tom, are you ready?
I'm comfortable with uncomfortable.
That's very advanced. Okay, mindset. Specifically, what we tell ourselves about ourselves.
Ah, yes, this one is big.
Here's the thing. Most people have a voice in their head that is not very kind, and that voice says things like,
You're not smart enough.
"It's too late for you.
Other people can do this, but you can't.
You'll probably fail, so why try?"
I know these voices.
We all know them. And here's what's interesting. Those voices feel like truth. They feel like they're just describing reality.
But they're not.
They're not describing reality. They're describing a story that started a long time ago, maybe from one difficult experience or one person who said something cruel.
And we kept the story.
We kept the story, and we played it on repeat.
So how do you change the story?
Small choices. Again, you can't change the voice all at once, but you can argue with it, one moment at a time.
Argue with it?
The voice says, "You'll never be good at English." You say, "I didn't know this word yesterday. I know it today." That's evidence. That's real.
You collect small evidence against the old story.
Yes, every small win is evidence. I read for 10 minutes. I understood that sentence. I spoke to a stranger in English and they understood me.
The evidence builds.
And slowly, the story changes. Not because you gave a big speech to yourself, but because the evidence is undeniable.
I love this because it doesn't require feeling confident first. You just collect the evidence.
Confidence comes after. Action first, evidence second, confidence third.
Most people have it backwards. They wait to feel confident before they start.
But confidence is built by doing, not by waiting.
Small choice. Start before you feel ready, collect one piece of evidence, repeat.
That's it. That's the whole system.
Okay, let's get practical. For our listeners, how do you actually make a small change stick?
Right, because we've all had the experience of starting something new and it disappears after a week.
You make a plan on Sunday night. By Friday, gone, like it never happened.
The Sunday night plan. Very optimistic, very short-lived.
So what makes a small change stick? What's the difference between a change that lasts and one that disappears?
3 things. I've tested these. First, make it so small it feels almost stupid.
So small it feels stupid?
Not, I will run every morning. Start with, I will put on my running shoes. That's it, just the shoes.
You're not committing to the run, just the shoes.
And here's what usually happens. Once you have the shoes on, you go, because you're already started.
Starting is the hardest part.
Starting is everything, so make starting as easy as possible.
I do this with vocabulary practice. I don't say, I'll study for an hour. I say, I'll look at one new word.
Just one word?
Just one. And then I look at the example sentence. And then I check the pronunciation. And then 30 minutes later, I've been studying for 30 minutes because I never decided to.
You tricked yourself.
I tricked myself completely.
Okay, second thing. Attach the new habit to something you already do. The experts call it habit stacking.
Explain that.
So instead of finding a new time for the new thing, you connect it to something that already happens. After I make my morning tea, I listen to 5 minutes of English. The tea is already happening. You just add the English after.
Tea already exists. English comes after the tea.
You don't need willpower. You just need the tea.
What's the third thing?
Make it visible. If you want to read more, put the book on your pillow. If you want to practice English, put the app on your home screen. Don't hide the thing you want to do.
Make the good choice the easy choice.
Yes, design your environment so the small change happens almost automatically.
So the 3 things are, make it tiny, stack it to something existing, make it visible.
Tiny, stacked, visible.
I'm writing this down. Listeners, write this down.
Can I throw some vocabulary at you, Tom?
Always.
Okay. Word 1, transform. One small daily habit can transform your life over time. What does transform mean?
Transform means to completely change something, like going from one form to another. A caterpillar transforms into a butterfly.
Beautiful. Use it in another sentence.
Learning English transformed the way I think about communication.
Perfect. Word 2, compound. We used this earlier. What does compound mean as a verb?
When something compounds, it grows by building on itself, like interest in the bank account. The money earns interest, and then the interest earns interest.
And for habits?
1% every day compounds. Small improvements build on each other until they become big results.
Small choices compound into big changes. Compound. Got it. Next, mindset.
Mindset is the way you think about something, your beliefs about yourself and the world. She has a positive mindset. She believes she can improve.
Or, his mindset was holding him back. He believed he couldn't change.
Mindset is not personality. Personality is harder to change. Mindset is more like a habit of thinking, and habits can change.
Love that. Okay, consistent. We talked about this last episode too, but it's worth repeating.
Consistent means doing something regularly and reliably, not just once, not just when you feel like it.
She's consistent with her English practice, 15 minutes every morning, no matter what.
Consistent is different from perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You have to be consistent.
Big difference.
Huge difference. Perfect means 0 mistakes. Consistent means you keep showing up.
And showing up is everything.
Last word?
Last word, momentum. Once you start making small changes, you build momentum.
Momentum means the energy that comes from movement. When something is moving, it becomes easier to keep it moving, harder to stop.
Like a ball rolling down a hill.
At first, it's slow, then it speeds up. The movement creates more movement.
I have good momentum with my vocabulary practice right now. I don't want to stop.
That's momentum. And the key is you have to start rolling before you feel it.
The momentum comes after the first few pushes.
Not before.
Never before.
Okay, let's bring this home. Sarah, what's the one idea from today that you want people to remember?
One idea. Okay, here it is. The big change you're waiting for is already happening, right now, in the small things.
Say more.
You're already making choices every day, every hour. What you read, what you eat, who you call, what you say to yourself. Those are all small choices, and they're already building something. The only question is, what are they building?
Are they building toward who you want to be or away from it?
Toward or away? That's the only question.
That's a good one. My idea, action comes before confidence. Always. You don't wait to feel ready. You do the small thing, then you feel a little more ready. Then you do it again.
Motion creates emotion. I read that somewhere.
It's so true. When you're stuck and don't know what to do, don't think about what to do. Just move. Do any small thing. The thinking gets clearer when the body is moving.
Motion creates emotion.
And momentum. Motion, emotion, momentum.
Okay, let's do the summary for our listeners. Big idea 1. Small choices are more powerful than big, dramatic decisions because you can make a small choice today. You cannot always make a big, dramatic decision.
Big idea 2. Your choices are always adding up, either toward who you want to be or away from it. There's no neutral.
Big idea 3. Your identity matters. When you see yourself as someone who practices English, you practice. Decide who you are first.
Big idea 4. Change the old story with evidence. Don't try to feel differently. Just collect small evidence, 1% at a time.
Big idea 5. Make the small change easy. Tiny, stacked onto something existing, visible.
And big idea 6. Start before you're ready. Confidence follows action. It doesn't arrive first.
Okay, Tom, what's your one small choice this week?
I'm going to listen to one English podcast every day during my walk. I actually stopped doing this, the thing that started everything for me. I'm starting again.
Starting again. Good. And mine, I'm going to write 3 English sentences every morning, just 3, about anything, in my notes app.
3 sentences?
3. That's tiny enough to always do, and it means I write every day.
Tiny, stacked onto the morning, and visible because you open your phone anyway.
Look at you, using the system.
I was paying attention.
To our listeners, one small choice. Just one. What's yours? You can tell us in the comments or just say it out loud, wherever you are.
Say it out loud, even alone. It makes it more real.
It does. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, really. Come back next week. We have another topic that I think you will love.
See you then. I'm Sarah.
I'm Tom. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.